Would I ever recommend that you present with somebody else on stage? No. Is it easier to present with somebody else on stage? No. Have I ever seen anybody presenting with somebody else on stage and thought it was good?
It's been absolutely fantastic being here this morning with Matt Hancock. My second visit this week, actually, seeing some of the amazing work that the staff are doing here at the hospital.
No. It is incredibly hard to present with somebody on stage. All too often, people think if they get a colleague or a friend to present with them, then it will make the overall experience much better. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I think people think when they present with somebody on stage that they are sharing the fear, sharing the burden, sharing some of the work maybe. That is not true. Presenting with somebody on stage or on camera is incredibly difficult. Now, I could make a whole series about this, but today I'm just going to focus on one simple reason why I don't think you should present with somebody else, and that is simply because it looks awkward. It is really, really hard to present with somebody else because actually the person doing a lot of the work is the person not speaking. Just watch breakfast news. Take a look at BBC Breakfast News, for example. Look at how hard the person who's not speaking is having to work. They're having to look interested, they're nodding, they're looking at the camera. It's something that you would barely even notice normally, but watch it and watch how hard they work. That takes practice. Making it look natural when there's more than one person in the frame, when there's more than one person on stage is really, really tricky. It's a really hard thing to do. Double acts have spent years practicing to make it look good. I've got a great example for why I don't think you should do it. And today it comes from Matt Hancock. Thank you, Matt Hancock, for illustrating perfectly why presenting with somebody else is a nightmare. So here, Matt Hancock and his colleague are talking outside a hospital. It was just before the general election in December. Now, it's painful. Let's take a look.
Parliamentary candidate for Warrington North for the Conservative Party.
Okay, so the first thing we notice is it looks awkward. I mean, you can just tell no preparation has gone into it. It's almost like she was standing outside. They just decided it. I bet their PR managers were like, oh, this will be good. It's not thought out. It doesn't work. It's so bad. It's awful. And poor Matt Hancock just comes across as the most creepy individual, the way he's just like boring into her soul there, just not taking his eyes off the side of her face. It's just weird. By presenting with somebody else, you are doubling the amount of preparation time that you need to give to the presentation or to the performance on camera, because you have to work so hard. You have to not only plan how you are going to stand, your body movements, your body language, what you're going to say, but you also have to plan all of that for when you're standing, listening, and also performing when the other person is talking. So you're doubling up your work. It can be done. People can present successfully together. There are millions of examples on television every day. But if you are doing it with a colleague, if you're somebody who's not a professional presenter, then absolutely not. Don't do it. Believe me, it won't be good. Just don't do it. Take this.
Absolutely. It's one of my 6-point plans, along with Andy Carter in Warrington South, to carry on going forward for a new hospital for Warrington.
As an example of why not to do it on your own. And if you really have to present with somebody on stage, just split the content up. You do one section, hand over to your colleague who comes on stage and does their section. You don't have to be on stage or on camera together. As shown here, it's a pretty difficult thing to do well. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, here's a link to some more. Please do subscribe because I'll be uploading videos weekly.